How would you like to be addressed today?
Miss Wicker,
Okay. How are you today, Miss Wicker?
how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I've noticed you have a bunch of papers on the back wall behind you. What are those about?
These are just points of interest, things I might need quickly. Counselors, what students they service, deans, what students they service, numbers that I might have to call quickly that I wouldn't memorize, that I wouldn't necessarily memorize.
Do you consider your room and yourself to be a safe space?
My room is absolutely a safe space.
What accommodations do you have for students? Several teachers provide things like cups or deodorant sometimes.
I don't have cups because I environmentally it just crushes my spirit that we had all those cups after COVID and they just were thrown away. So I don't offer cups. I do have some feminine products if people need them. I do not have the deodorant or some of those items, hygiene items. However, I can usually direct people.
What classes do you currently teach?
I teach English 12. I've been out of the classroom for a couple of years. I was the English instructional coach, and they had an English position that they couldn't fill. So they took me from coaching and put me back in English, which is what I do. So that's fine. But it is my first time teaching English 12.
Why did you choose to become an English teacher?
Most teachers are going to tell you they became a teacher because of the kids. I loved literature. I loved poetry. I loved reading fiction. I liked nonfiction. I liked all of it. And so to me, I was following my passion for reading and for thinking, and teaching seemed a natural fit. Um, I get along with the kids. I enjoy the kids, but I went into it because I love the content. And I always tell people, follow your passion, try and make a living at what you're passionate about because you're going to do it for years upon years. So you should probably enjoy it. Even if you have to go with less money, take a path that you're going to enjoy because it is a job and there are expectations and responsibilities and it's not always easy. But if you like, if your core likes the content, then you're going to be much happier.
Why should people take your class?
Well, that's a good question. Again, this is a whole new thing for me this year because I wasn't expecting to be back in the classroom, certainly not expecting to teach seniors. I had always taught 10th grade honors English. And so I was very used to that curriculum, which at the time was American Lit, which is one of my favorites. They should take my class because I will help them get their credit. I understand that we live in a different world post-COVID. I understand that even though these kids are still in high school, they have jobs and kids of their own and extracurriculars and band and sports and just a lot going on. It's not my job to teach them everything. It's my job to get them to think. And so I think I can do that and still cover the standards without making them regurgitate Shakespeare, without making them study stuff they're not interested. Rather than study specific authors, I'd rather open their mind and give them some choice.
So learning critical thinking, how to study on your own, and
I like the critical thinking because we're never going to know everything. Nobody's going to know every bit of every content. So what teachers can do is teach people what questions to ask. That really amounts to, well, why am I learning this? Teachers should be explaining why we're studying it, what the association is with the student and with the content, and teach them how to ask questions that will be informative.
so it's how to grow from here.
It is how to grow from here. I can't possibly ingrain every bit of knowledge in mine to yours, and with the internet, I don't have to. But what I can do is teach people what questions are important to ask and what's the motivation to think about what's the motivation behind those actions and what's going to come from it, what's the implication. That's much more important than memorizing content that if you're not interested in, you're going to flush from your system as soon as you no longer need.
How can people reach you? What's your preferred communication method?
Kwicker@acSC.net is probably how you want to get in touch with me, but I can always be found in B205.
Is there anything you want students to know about you or your class?
What I want students to know is that everybody is welcome in this room. And probably the main requirement for this room is that you're nice. And if you can't be nice, I understand that. Some people can't be nice because people haven't been nice to them. I will be nice. If a student can't be nice, or anyone in the room, then at minimum, they need to filter. We have got to be kind to each other. We have got to be nice to each other so that we can go and pursue that which we're interested in. But students that come to class that are upset or that are mad are not going to be in a learning position. And so I'll diffuse that right off the bat. I am not here to be another adult giving you, orders. I'm here to teach some specific standards, to talk about some specific stuff, but everyone is welcome. And we're not all going to think the same, and I'm fine with that. Our common decorum has got to be kind to each other, to be nice.
Thank you. This was really nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you.